Everyone, we are back with Turnbuckle Talk. With a lot went down for me personally the last month-ish. My mom was in the hospital with the diverticulitis. She ended up having surgery to remove it after she went into cardiac arrest, which was freaking crazy. They weren't even able to pinpoint what caused that. They think it just could have been accumulation of everything going on. Removed the diverticulitis, found out it was cancerous, found out it was only stage 2A, so no chemo necessary. Didn't spread in the lymph nodes, so we're seemingly in the clear for the time being. So all positive now, but it was a crazy start to my year. Crazy end too. Oh my gosh, it's just been crazy, but everything is getting better. Mom's getting better. She's home healing, getting better. And Turnbuckle Talk can return now. We're getting to a point to where I have time to do this again.
Yeah, that's great. I'm like I said before we even started. I said it, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm glad everything is going great now with your mom. Glad things are progressing in a positive way. So I'm glad
Why
to
do
be
I have
back
on
here with you.
Twitch as well? It's weird. I have the bandwidth thing on, but I guess we're live on Twitch even though Okay, well, let me turn off all the pop-ups real quick. That's funny that it did that. I just realized we were getting Twitch comments. I was like, wait a minute. That's not supposed to happen. All right, we should be good now. But yeah, so yeah, thank you. I appreciate that because yeah, it was very scary there for a bit. Really didn't know what was gonna happen. But
But on
yeah.
other news, I seen you going to Dynamite tomorrow.
Yes, me and Rick G will be going to AEW. And I told you this already. This is also kind of a crazy story. So I've already been public about this with my chat. So we got invited by AEW, or I got invited, but we did because I asked for 2 tickets. So last
Nice,
August, my
nice.
grandmother passed away. The same morning or that day, I guess, while we were in her room after everything, and I had gotten an email from essentially AEW, people representing AEW, and told me next time we're in your area, we want to, bring you to a show and stuff. And I told you about it at the time when that happened. And they're gonna be here tomorrow night. And when they announced the show, I hit them up immediately. They got back pretty much immediately and got my tickets the other day. And we're second row, ringside. So I believe I don't know
That's
where the
awesome.
camera will be though. It's like Mission Ballroom's like a theater type feel. So I don't know if it'll be like a stage cam coming from the entrance like they do sometimes. I don't know. Whatever they did last year, I don't remember.
I don't either, but I know all the ballroom setups are how when they go to those, they have nice stage setups too. So
Yeah, it's a good looking
you'll be on
place.
camera no matter where you're at.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, second row. So we're second row, floor one. So if I had to guess, it's typically that the stage will be to our left, is where when I looked at the map. So that's where we'll be. It's typically the cam would
Yeah.
be behind us, but we'll see. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Just
super hyped,
we'll see.
and we're gonna go up there, probably meet some people to eat beforehand and whatnot, and then I'm gonna try to stream. I figured out how to do some more IRL streaming legit with like my PC and being able to send it through a server to my PC straight in OBS and stream from that, which is pretty cool. I did that actually this past Saturday. So I went to a local wrestling,
Yep.
Colorado Springs Wrestling, Sam Stackhouse. Was in the main event for the Colorado Springs Wrestling World Title, which he won in an interesting fashion. He had grabbed the title, which was sitting on the apron at one point. He grabbed it while Niles was getting up. Um, the ref finally, I think the ref was fixing something, and the ref finally turned around, saw that Sam had it, and he's like, "Sam, what are you doing?" And he's like, I don't know." And then the ref goes to pull it away, but then Sam's like, "Wait, I don't know, wait." And so like they start playing tug of war, the ref and Sam. And then the ref, Sam pulls it hard, or like I think something happens where the ref pulls it and he gets like hit or whatever, and Sam ends up using the title to win.
Nice. Yeah, I seen yeah, I think you posted like a TikTok where you found the title just sitting there, and then Sam pops up behind you, and you're like, oh, and you hand it back to him.
So
I thought that was really
funny
nice.
story about that. I have no idea. Like I knew what the card and everything. I didn't know if he was winning. Obviously, I never know any of that.
Mhm.
So, and I'm friends with him, you know. So I text him before the show. I believe right before I start, because it's like a 40-minute drive from where I am. So before I left my house, I text him that idea. I had no idea if he was winning or not, but I literally had texted him that idea. Actually, I wanted to do it before the show started, but by the time I got there, because I stopped at In and Out, and then I went there. They were already like wrestlers were hitting the ropes and doing shit and stuff. So I was like, damn, because I wanted to like climb the turnbuckle and do it and stuff like that. or something. But that worked out pretty good because they were already taking the ring down and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The background it was the ring was broke down, so I didn't know when it happened.
It was after
But
the show.
that was
But
pretty
it was so funny that how that ended up working out because I did not know he was going to win the belt. I literally pitched him that idea, even though I didn't. He wasn't a champion at the time. I just thought that'd be a funny video. And then he ended up winning. So
He was like, yeah,
that ended
yeah.
up working out.
And
Well, he didn't. I didn't even hear from him until I got there. I think he might have liked my text or something. I don't think he replied. Anyways, I had got there and I had got the okay to stream. I set all my stuff up, got everything working, and then I had walked to show the owner and everything like, hey, this is how I got everything set up, showing them how it looked. They're like, cool. And then as soon as I turned around and started walking to my seat, because I was gonna set my seat with the mic and have the cam like where I had it and just catch the whole ring. And Sam I didn't even see him. I guess he was at the merch table for his merch. I didn't even notice. He was walking to the back, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's up, Sam?" And I even got that moment. Like, it's pretty cool. You just see me turn around, and he's like walking towards me, like, "Oh fuck, what's up, dude?" He's like, "What's up, buddy?" And I'm like, "You ready for tonight?" He's like, "Hell yeah!" And then we just kind of keep going. So yeah, Sam's a cool dude. I really love Sam Stackhouse. We've I met him. Well, he followed me on socials, and I had already followed him or whatever, and he ended up showing up in a few streams, and we chatted, and then Texas happened where he messaged me. He's like, if you come to the GCW show, let me know. No, you don't got a ticket, but just let me know. And he got us in, and yeah, and then I saw him again. The end of last year at the Colorado Springs Wrestling. Hung out with him after the show for like an hour or so. It was pretty fun. I almost hung out with him Sunday, but then I got busy with some shit, and so I unfortunately didn't get to hang out with him Sunday.
Yeah, I haven't got to see him because I know he does a lot of stuff on like AEW, like before the shows or even after.
I think he's only done it once, which was recently in either Oklahoma, which is his home state. I think that's where.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've just seen highlights, and I mean, he seems to enjoy what he's doing. He has fun in the ring.
Yeah, he's really fun to watch. But we had NXT tonight, and it was, to quote Triple H, a new era. It really feels like it now with Oba, Javon, and Trick gone, and obviously last year we lost Stephanie, Julia, and Roxanne. And it feels like we might be losing Soul soon, maybe even JC, but JC retained. But I could see her going up sometime soon. So a lot of change in NXT since we've last talked about it.
I think it's been positive. We know, with Ava, she stepped away.
Yeah, she left the company. So we have Robert Stone
involved, and Sean told him he wanted somewhat chaos, and I think that's what it's been the last few weeks. It's not been an Ava style of NXT. I feel like it's been more chaotic. You see less of Robert Stone coming out there, less security trying to come out and stop things, and I feel like this version of NXT, it's really impressed me over the last several weeks, I'll say.
Yeah, it's been fun. It feels fresh, so it's you're learning new names, you're seeing new faces, getting to see what they're about, what their character is going to flesh out to be. So we're in the early stages of a lot of people's characters on at least NXT. Like if you didn't watch Evolve, you didn't see, or like LFG, you didn't see some of these talents. So we're like, and I didn't watch LFG, so it's been cool to see Shiloh Hill come in and really rise up right away. And we saw him tonight a bit, and same with Vanity Project, which they won the tag titles tonight. Which I didn't think they were. What's crazy is actually I had the two titles that stayed I had before the show changing hands, and the two titles that changed I had staying before the show. I was so wrong on every title match tonight.
Yeah, I was surprised with how the tag match started that they won it, even with Drake being out there. But.
Well, yeah, shit. We had what it was, dude. And every match tonight too. Sorry to interrupt, but I just remembered every match tonight was interference almost. I think except for maybe two. There was like 7 matches tonight or some shit. So watch. So tonight we had.
There was only 2, yeah.
The women's title, obviously Zarya. She did her shit. Tag titles, Jackson Drake got involved. North American title, everyone got involved. Speed title, no one did. That ended clean. Kale and Uriah, that surprisingly ended clean. I thought we'd see Lexus and all them get involved. um, Keanu, Legacy, and Clean, and then Thea and Blake. So like, yeah, 4 of the matches tonight had interference of some sort.
4 out of the 7, yeah.
So much, dude. Again, I hate that shit.
And it was all the tag the title matches, right? They had except
No,
for the
except for the
speed,
speed title. Yeah.
yeah, which the speed title I was surprised with as well, honestly.
Yeah. So let's talk about the uh, big title change in the. So we had 3 title changes tonight. So let's talk about the North American title. So finally, Ethan Page loses the North American title. Before we get into the match, is he main roster bound? Like soon, not like
Page,
later, like now. Like, is he gonna be up there before Mania?
I don't think before Mania. I don't think so, unless he's in the crate. But we'll talk about that as well. But I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like they could pull something off with him going to the main roster. But I really think he's gonna be there mentoring, kind of like Sean Spears is doing, but not truly in the group. But I think that's his role right now. Him and Ricky are preparing the Vanity Project, and then maybe in 6 months they both go.
So I could see it happening. You have a very good point, but I could see it happening because, especially now, excuse me, with Bronson Reed getting injured last night, and now Braun Breaker just a few weeks ago, the hernia, and of
Hmm.
course Seth, when he was in the Vision, actually got hurt this time, and that's how they kicked him out, and the title got vacated. So I think that they could plug him into that group. I don't think it'll pass off with just Logan and Theory and Paul. So I could see him going up for
Yeah,
that.
I didn't. I did not think of that at all, honestly. But that
I
does
mean,
make sense. He does have the ego ability to sit with Paul Heyman and do the same thing that Logan and Theory are wanting to do, but to be I guess, the power in the group.
that could be Logan, the boxing background and everything.
That's true. I think they shift Logan and Theory towards the tag titles
Yeah.
now.
I'm curious of wondering what their ideas were for Braun Breaker before he got his hernia and stuff. But yeah, so I think Ethan could. I don't know. We'll see what they do with all that. But I could. That's the only thing I could see Ethan going up for, like soon.
That would make a lot of sense. Like, hey, we're gonna have you drop the title tonight. I know it's gonna be like last minute, but we're gonna
Well,
have
they've
you go
been
up here
building
and
to
do
this.
this. I could have seen it at Vengeance Day, but I'm fine with Miles winning either way. I do like Miles coming out as champion.
Speaking of, I was surprised that they are doing Zarya and JC next week. They announced that obviously after she attacked Soul and everything. So she attacked Soul before the match, hit a spear and all that. And then JC won in like 10 seconds, not even like 5 seconds. Hit her fucking whatever her move's called, the spinning lariat, basically. And
Hmm.
so I'm curious if that's like, what is it gonna be, a triple threat at Vengeance Day? JC Soul Zarya? Is that what they're gonna do? And then it's gonna lead to Zarya Soul at Stand and Deliver. Like, because I did expect
Yeah,
possibly that to be on Vengeance Day next week.
yeah. I think we'll see Soul attack Zarya. Maybe hit her with a Soul Snatcher out of nowhere, cost her match. Then Zarya and maybe Soul have like a match leading up to Vengeance Day because I think there's an NXT before it, which will end
Mhm.
in like a number one contender. No contest. Robert Jones was like, you know what? Triple threat.
I guess so. I don't know. I'm fine with. I feel like the end goal is for them to face at Stand and Deliver Zarya and Soul. And it would
Stand
make
deliver,
sense for
yes.
the title.
It would. It would. I feel like it would have to not have to be, but it would make sense because that's where this feud has came from.
Maybe they could set up a
Is
JC
Soul has been
Jane
getting the
face
push.
turn to push her to the main roster. I don't know, but I definitely think Soul are probably, and maybe if Soul is going up to the main roster soon, and maybe she wins the title, but then loses it to Zarya at Stand and Deliver. Like, okay, so like what we were just saying, so she loses. I'm sorry, Zarya loses next Tuesday because Soul. That's when
Hmm.
Robert Stone says triple threat at Vengeance Day. And that's when I think Soul wins, but Zarya beats her down after. and it leads to the stand and deliver match where Zarya wins, which will push Soul to the main roster. That would, I think, is best case scenario.
Yeah, I could see it working that way. And she be the like what the after WrestleMania debut that we kind of normally are used to.
That would be sick, yeah. And put her on SmackDown. I feel like, and we need a draft too. I mean, we're talking NXT right now, but man, that NXT, I'm sorry, the SmackDown women's mid card division is like 4 people, 3 people.
Yeah, 3 or 4 because they're all tied up in the tag division.
Yeah, basically, which is cool. I like that
But
they're.
I mean, we've been.
But I think it's time to move a little
Yeah.
some of them over, and like not separate the tag. Like you could separate maybe one, but like at least keep the teams together in the form of, and you know what I mean. I don't know. I just feel like we definitely need a bit more women besides BFAB, Michin, and Zelina, and Chelsea, and Julia. So that's 5.
And
I guess Kiana, but Kiana's barely been wrestling more.
Kiana, but Kiana's with Julia.
So, anyways, yeah, I feel like we need more.
Yeah.
So, but overall,
I agree with you.
back to, because we were segued so much. Back to Miles Bourne. I'm happy he got the win. So that was segue after segue after segue. But yeah, Miles Bourne got the win, so I'm happy for him. I was like, give him the red belt, because I was like, is he not Canadian? Come on, give him the red belt. Fuck.
I was honestly, when I seen Ricky show up, I was worried. I was like, okay, so this is how they're gonna do it. I didn't expect Joe to actually be there to counter Ricky tonight, but I'm glad it did.
Yeah, we saw
Didn't realize,
everyone:
I guess I
Shiloh,
forgot,
Hank
but
and Tank, Joe Henry, Ricky Saints, the whole Vanity Project all got involved in that main event.
Yeah, and Hank and Tank fit so well with Shiloh.
Okay, I have to point this out because it's hilarious to me right now. So I don't know if it's just because you're having like the weather and it's kind of like your internet's been bit, but there's like it's like a weatherman or like a newscaster delay when I'm talking to you. Like I'll finish saying something and then it's like 3 seconds later and you're like, yeah, and then you'll it feels like we're on like talking through the news. And then it
I
happened
have
again.
noticed it as well. Trust me. It's don't worry, it's happening on my side too. So I've been waiting for the audio to quit in my headset, and then I start.
I'm just thinking of like that's why if you notice every 3 times I'm going like a newscaster just waiting for it to finish on my end. It's made me laugh. That's why I keep laughing or like smiling because that's all I keep thinking of every time that happens. I'm like, oh my god, we're on the news. It's the delay.
The news report, yeah.
That was hilarious. Um, so okay, what are the tag titles change hands, and that was the opener tonight. The Dark State, because Tony D, of course, he wants to fight them.
All of them. It's about all of them.
I can't stop laughing at this, dude. I can't even tell if he's just waiting or just really it's happening.
I mean, it may be a little bit of both, because I'm trying to make sure it lines up right.
Oh, it's just the weather, bro. Oh my god.
Oh, I know, I hate it.
It's kind of windy
The
here too.
wind is horrible.
It was bad here last week, really bad. Oh man, but yeah. So tag title. So Dark State lost because of Tony D. Tony D came out and it was like, well, okay. So Vanity Project was obviously, or Jackson Drake got involved. The ref saw him put the foot on the rope, so he was distracted because he was like yelling at Jackson Drake. So Saquon ended up like was on the outside, and he ended up getting hit by fucking what's his name? Or am I
Tony?
mixing it up? Yeah, it's Tony. Sorry, yeah. So much happened tonight that like so much interference that I'm mixing it all up. But so yeah, Tony hit him, threw him back in the ring, and threw one of the Vanity Project guys immediately, and he just rolled right on top of him. And that's when, of course, ref turned around, got it.
Yeah, Brad Baylor, I think. I'm starting to finally remember their names. It's taking me
Yeah, like the
a
black hair
month
guy
now
is
that they've been
Ricky
here.
Smokes, and then the blondish is Brad Baylor. Yeah.
Yeah, but the choke slam that Tony D'Angelo hit on Shaquan Sugars was on his shoulder, which looked like it was more painful than if he would have hit him on his back.
I didn't even notice that. Ouch. I'm not a big fan of Duck
Yeah,
State, so I feel like I
he.
never really get fully invested in their matches.
I feel like Osiris has good chance of having a great run as singles for the heavyweight, but I feel like Shaquan Sugars will too. But other than that, I don't know. I feel like
Yeah, Saquon
Dion's gonna
has
get lost in the
the
shuffle.
charisma, while Osiris has like that WWE like size and look and everything. So
Yeah, and then there was one point where Osiris launched Brad Baylor through the middle rope with ease. I think Saquon held the rope, but I mean, he's got the strength that they look for in
yeah,
the big man.
yeah. And Cutler, I don't know what it is. I think he feels like he's developmental. Same with
Yeah,
Dion Lennox. Even though they push him kind of as like the main guy, like that goes after the main title. Like he's good in
mhm.
the ring. I just don't buy his promo work a lot of the time. Dion's.
But they quit letting Cutler do promo work. I don't know. He was saying some wild stuff, and it was getting
Yeah,
over with the
butt
crowd.
stuff.
And
Yeah, stuff with butts or something.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't remember.
and then they just cut it. They're like, you know what? Let's dial
I'm
that
like,
back.
that's pretty spicy. But yeah, so Swipe Right or Vanity Project, new tag champs. Got a few non-title matches too. Keanu Carver, Sean Legacy. It was kind of just that was just kind of almost a squash in a sense. I felt like a lot of it was just pure Keanu Carver. Majority, like 70-80% of it.
It was. I was expecting a lot out of Sean Legacy because we've seen him do good things, especially in the ladder match. But yeah, this was just showing that Carver is going to be a monster on NXT.
I think they're trying to
I
make a
mean,
new
I
Oba
seen a little bit,
already.
maybe, but I mean, he's got that ability. But I don't know if you can do back to back styles and it get over well.
I mean, it's not the exact same thing, but it definitely feels like they're trying to make him like the powerhouse guy that's hard to beat.
Yeah, that they are doing.
Hmm.
I just, do you put him in the NXT World Title picture or do you have him go out to North American?
I definitely think they're building him up for the world title right now, like to be in that main of it, like that picture for sure.
Okay.
I mean,
I,
they're fully for both divisions. That's what they're doing right now. They brought in so much talent from Evolve and stuff. So
yeah, and I mean, I haven't watched Evolve. I've seen highlights. I don't know if he was on there. I know he was just on LFG, and he was impressive there, even though they don't really show as much. So
yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do with Carver.
Well, and then another LFG guy too, and another title match, Jasper Troy in that triple threat, which was really good, by the way. And question: so I saw Brian Alvarez talk about this from the Observer on one of the podcasts that he was like, if it's a speed match and now it's a triple threat, why are you adding time? Shouldn't this for a title match be harder and that therefore be in less time?
Yes, it should have been.
So
Should have been
instead of
less
so
time.
in theory, do you think
Uh,
it should be like 5 minute normal matches, 3 minute title matches? Because if your speed title isn't it to win it in as quick as possible, so why make the title matches longer,
that's a good point. I would
right?
that wouldn't be a bad idea switching the time up.
Yeah, or at least like I don't know,
I just
some that would make more sense. I feel.
it would. I would just wish they'd get rid of the speed titles.
It's unique. I like the idea of it, like just in the sense that they have a mid card title on. I mean, they already have the North Americans for both men and women, but I don't know. I guess because they had it on that whole X thing, they decided to say, like, we could do it. We have so much talent. Just do it on fucking NXT. Continue it
Let's
there.
just try it up here.
So I
Yeah.
get that in theory, just 'cause they have so much fucking talent, but I just, and we've talked about this so much in the past, I hate how many titles there are. I don't care if they're,
Yep.
oh, but it has this stipulation to it. Oh, but this one does this. This one has a fucking spinner. I don't care. There's too many of them.
I agree. That was something we like you said, talked about before. But I guess with the speed title, it gives everybody the ability to challenge. Um, Yes, that's the only difference. Because didn't at one point we see people from the main roster too when they first brought it to NXT, or was that just on Twitter when they had it there?
The speed title? No, yeah, like it never showed up on TV.
Yeah, so that's when they had everybody challenging. So I guess it does make sense for it to be. I don't know. I just don't like it.
I don't like it
I've
either.
they
I just get why
they've
it's there.
disappeared Fallon's, but yeah.
Yeah, and then the Heritage Cup fucking disappeared, which we've talked about too. Like, oh, someone went to fishes. I mean, that I liked that better, and I've said it before. I love that. I love the whole round base thing. 2 out of 3 falls, essentially.
Hmm.
I don't know. I like that better than a short turn. But I guess it's the same thing. You're separating the match in time limits. I don't know. I like that better than the speed, at least. Don't do speed.
Yes.
But yeah. So Eli Knight, Elio LaFleur got the win. I think Eli Knight hit like a moonsault and then he like rolled away, but then LaFleur immediately covered Jasper and got the win from it.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
They were hitting some crazy shit. There was a fucking chokeslam on LaFleur. There was fucking slingshot DDT onto the apron to Eli Knight from LaFleur.
Yeah.
He did a 450 splash. Did a back suplex to Eli up top, but Jasper Troy came over when he slipped out off the ropes, countered into the black hole slam, the Tears moonsault from Knight, and that's when he hit the cover. So yeah, it was a crazy ending sequence.
Yeah, LaFleur has been there, what, 3 weeks now? 3, 4?
Like
Maybe a
maybe
month?
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, he's still impressing me in the ring. Um, but did you know about him before he came to WWE?
I don't remember. It's funny because I like if someone were to say the name, I would say I've heard of him, but I never watched anything. But yeah, so
Okay.
whatever his name
Yeah.
was outside WWE, I had heard of him because I follow a few people on Twitter that like do some type of UK Europe scene coverage for Fightful, and he would talk about him like on his Twitter, but I don't remember what his name outside of WWE was. But yeah, so I heard of him through just people talking about him like that.
I mean, I've been impressed with his in-ring work since he came up or came to WWE.
Hmm.
I think the speed title fits him
Yes,
for his wrestling style
definitely.
for sure. So I don't know who they're gonna put against him moving forwards
I
because now
mean,
you've you know
a lot of people in that roster. You got that whole new group with Uri Connors and all those guys, and Ariana Grace and them. I mean, there's a lot of people down in NXT right now. I mean, I feel like they're still going to be bringing people up from LFG soon, and I mean, I think that's going to be a consistent thing. But
yeah.
like we'll be seeing more people from Evolve make their way over, and ID talent, and just straight up some of those signings that they've been making. Like they just did a training, or tryouts recently. That was like a week ago or so. There's talks
That's
that they
true.
signed Starboy Charlie, so I definitely think that
Yeah,
that we'll be seeing a lot of those
that's
people
gonna
come
be
in
it.
soon.
I want to know when they're gonna bring up Holyfield.
I saw him I saw the first like 2 or 3 episodes of the first season of LFG, so I saw him from there, but so I haven't seen him since, so I don't know how good he is.
I haven't either. So I wonder if he just like is still down there in LFG, still trying to learn everything.
Yeah, maybe. I would assume so. I know Kevin Owens and Natty are going to be the coaches for the next season because Taker and Michelle aren't going to do it. I guess season 3.
That's gonna be good.
So, but yeah,
Kevin
I
Owens.
don't regularly keep up with that. So but yeah, a lot of talent gonna be coming in. I feel like still in the NXT,
Yeah, it will be, and that's a good thing. Like they got a continuous influx of talent
and
that
they
they
have the
can work
TNA
with.
partnership, the AAA partnership. We also might see more people from Noah. I think there was announced somewhere by someone saying that another guy from Noah should be going down to the PC soon, if not is already there.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, so
yeah. They
a
got a lot.
lot of
So
talent, a lot of talent they could use. Um, So we've talked about, I think, all the title changes, right? Yeah, we did. So then Thea and Blake, that was another one it was a speed match, but it was short for a speed match as we saw Jada get involved, hitting the hypnotic on the outside on Blake, throwing her back in the ring, which led to Thea advancing in the speed title tournament. So, which is good in a sense because that means Jada's cleared. She was pulled from a match previously because of the neck. Cause we figured a few weeks ago there was that crazy ass fucking. She like picked her up to. I don't know if she was trying to do a suplex, but it was like a DDT and it was just brutal as fuck during a commercial break.
Yeah, it was nasty.
So we all assumed it was that, but luckily she wrestled at some NXT or at NXT house show this past weekend and seemingly good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but shitty match.
Yeah, I wondered why. Yeah. Like you said, there was a lot of interferences tonight, and I feel like they could have had Thea still win this without the interference, and then Jada show up afterwards. But I guess they're still building that feud with Blake and Miss Parsley
Jada, yeah.
a little longer.
We also had Izzy and Tatum tonight. Tatum was like cutting a promo in the crowd, which was pretty cool. And then eventually Izzy showed up and they kind of like tried to meet each other, but they like lights went out and immediately it was Blake's, and that's when we went straight into the speed title match. It was interesting just because it was different to see them like in the crowd like that. But it was also kind of cringe because like there was like people like sitting there and they were like waving at the camera, making heart hands while she's all talking, and I'm like, zoom in, zoom in.
Yeah. And then the crowd broke up the fight. I don't know if it
I don't know
was
if it was the
like two
crowd
people that
or
were
if it
just
was
playing
like
together.
security that were there. I don't know. But it went dark pretty
Yeah.
quick though, so it was like you couldn't really see either who did.
Yeah, we got the fantastic WWE 2K26 entrance, which faded into the actual entrance.
Did you pre-order 2K? Are you gonna get 2K26?
I have not pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I'm not going to pre-order it. I'm just not a big fan of the new battle pass, whatever they're calling it, ringside pass or whatever. So I get
Yeah.
like, okay, it's cool. Like, yeah, you don't ever miss out. There's no FOMO. You get the game and you get that version that has it, or you buy those separately. You can go through each and every one and get everything without losing it, right? Cool. I hate this idea though that a lot of the guys that we normally got immediately, we have to now unlock. Like with DLCs,
Yeah.
that is. So like, I guess the first one's gonna have a lot of the AAA guys, which I don't even know if that is DLC. They haven't even announced any DLC yet, which they usually do, and we're like a week away. So yeah, I don't know. I just a lot of that, and a lot of cool things though. Like I like the ragdoll physics that they've added. They've added new cool weapons like the thumbtacks. Weapons are all interactive now. Like so, if you slam someone like on stairs, like in 2K25, they wouldn't really react to hitting the stairs. They would just sell normally, like they would just hit the mat or something or the floor. So I like all that stuff, and I always liked the games. I thought they played solid since 2K22. But I always felt like, man, this just doesn't feel like it needs a new game for this. This should have just been like a update to the game, you know. And so I still feel that to this day. But I'm glad it's getting improving still, quality of life, little things. But 4 editions now, $150. I use that to fix my brakes instead. It's like shit.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, if I was to pre-order one, it would be the Monday Night Wars edition, but I don't know if I will.
Yeah, and for me, a Shawn Michaels fan, that's the only way to get the Heartbreak Kid DX version is if you pay for the $150 version, American dollars. So I don't know. I mean, I think I'll eventually get it, but I'm definitely not going to pre-order it.
I don't blame you. I mean, I haven't yet. I don't think I'm going to. And if you do pre-order, you get Joe Henry. That's always a bonus.
Why
You
wasn't
get
it AJ Lee? CM Punk was like the main, and he's the showcase or whatever. Why wasn't she the? But I get it. I mean, she's still in the game. Cool. She's in that ringside pass, the free part of it or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like if you don't get like the higher editions, you have to still pay for the ringside pass separately. Of course, if you buy the most expensive versions, you're gonna get it with it to immediately start working on. But it's like, damn, bro. It's like a lot of those that people used to get. Now that you have to buy that if you're just buying the standard edition on top. I don't know. It's probably just a new way they're gonna do their DLC. But then because it's like, damn, we get the DLC, you just boom, it's installed. Okay, let's play with them. Now you have to earn them after you fucking paid for them separately, or more for them. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean everything's
Or you
battle
could just
pass
unlock
now.
them immediately through the ringside pass by paying for them $1.99 a tier, which is like 40 tiers, I believe, is supposed to be. So that's like almost $80. So and there's like 4 of them or 5 of them. So I think someone did the math on Twitter, and I saw it came out to like if you were to buy the standard edition and then get the pass and all their shit. That'll like it comes to like $800 to get everything just by paying for it with money without having to like earn it.
That's insane. I don't see, and there'll be people that do that.
Yep. So it's just more ways for them to get money, which I get. Like you were like, oh, that's good. They're gonna put it towards the game to make it amazing. More like line the top of the company's pockets, but sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways, back to NXT. It was a great entrance. So yeah, so that was a fun little entrance. JC and Soul we already talked about with Zarya turning. Kel Dixon, Uriah Connors. It wasn't really anything crazy. It was really short. Uriah wins, no help.
Do you still think Uriah's brother joins the group, or it comes to WWE and joins?
Nah, especially after the tweet about him being like or his like either his dad or him tweeted being the only fourth generation WWE superstar or something currently or some shit. And I think that's gonna stay that way. I think that's why they said that. I think he's gonna sign with AEW, especially with Gabe Kidd, and Gabe Kidd faces OC tomorrow. But Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors been on AEW a lot lately. Clark Connors is, I don't know if he's fully signed, but he's left New Japan or at least has been a free agent. So I think since the War Dogs are there, he could definitely go there.
I wouldn't blame him. I mean, I would as well. And I mean, Gabe Kidd and Connors have been tearing shit up without needing help. So I can only imagine him being added to it.
So yeah, I think he'll be teaming with the Connor, but it's not his brother because his brother goes by Uriah Connor.
It'll be a different one for sure.
Yeah, I think they'll eventually get Charlie Dempsey in that group. Is what they're waiting for. And we didn't get really anything with that tonight with Charlie. It was just Ren and Kendall just had a backstage segment.
Yeah, like him and Tavion like teased like they were gonna walk out there, and then they walk off from looking at the TV or whatever they were watching it on, and you don't see nothing else of them.
I actually didn't see that part. I must have been uploading a video or something, so I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I don't know what part of the match. Yeah, but they're sitting there, they're watching it, and then they walk off. I was like, okay, here we go. They're gonna join, and then nothing.
Interesting. And then did we talk about all the matches? I think we did.
That was everything.
Damn, that was a lot too. Overall, good show. I hated that there were so many interferences, though. That's my biggest gripe of
the night. Yeah. Interferences will ruin a show or add to a show. And I think this one, unfortunately, there was a few that added to storylines, but I feel like there was a few that could have been left out.
Definitely.
But either way, the show was good.
So, AJ Styles is retired, man. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's official. Yeah. I mean, I kind of got emotional, especially listening to Creed doing that.
Bro, can you take me higher? Dude, I was so happy they used that song. It reminded me of back in the day, in like the early 2000s. They would do like My Sacrifice and other shit with Creed on the fucking WWE. Yeah, dude, that was fucking amazing. Great video. Had some TNA footage in it. I wish they would have did. I get it. They don't have all the time in the world, but I wish they would have did at least the main people that they showed backstage, like Kazarian, Abyss, Petey, Borash, Omos, whoever, all the people that they showed that were there for him. I wish they all would have got down to the ring after his speech. Obviously, they did the whole Taker thing, which was dope. Taker's turning in now into the Hall of Fame guy, giving inducting people, which is cool because it's like it reminds me of the NFL. That one, I don't know his name, but he's that big dude, and he always goes up like they do the whole thing for the NFL Hall of Fame where they like have them go into hotels, like all the final nominees. I forget however many of those are, 20 or something like that, and then they go and knock on the final 7 or 8 people's doors and tell them you're going in the hall. That's what Taker is now, but like at random moments and at events. So it's pretty cool to see, honestly. That was cool. That was really cool to see him. And it was cool. You could see AJ, like when he was like, AJ was living in the moment, it seemed, because like if you looked at him and like read his lips at one point, he said, "Oh shit," or like "holy shit" or something. And it was when Taker was like slowly kind of revealing like what was happening. The crowd finally was like realizing and cheering before he fully announced it. And you could see him at one point just go, "Holy shit!" Like, in his head, you could tell it was just him thinking like, "This is the Undertaker announcing that I might be going in the Hall of Fame right now." Like you could tell it was really hitting him. And then of course when he fully
Yeah,
announces it, because he did the whole, we got some unfinished business. Because he's like, you gonna
yeah,
leave your shit in there like that? Like that was really good, and you could hear AJ when they were hugging afterwards, like, you got me really good with that. You really got me good.
yeah.
So it really caught AJ off guard. He was not ready, and that's what the dirt sheets are saying too. Like, yeah, like they did not, no, did not clue him in on that.
Yeah, I like they left him out of that one. The real emotion was there.
Yeah, I believe they did it with Steph too when she was sitting ringside at the Saturday Night Main Event. Like she didn't know either that they were gonna do it.
Yeah. Who do you have headline? Do you have AJ as your headliner? Or
Steph,
you got Stephanie.
it's Steph for sure. I and I know a lot of people want Bray Wyatt to headline, but since obviously he's passed on and it would be his family, more than likely JoJo and probably his
Hmm.
dad, um, IRS, taking in the honors.
Yeah,
I definitely think they won't. I think the only time that I don't even think did Eddie headline the year he went. I don't even think Eddie did.
I don't think so.
So yeah, whenever Bray, I don't think they'll, because initially I remember too the year that Nash and Macho Man went in. Initially, it felt like they were making Randy Macho Man feel like the headliner, but then the day of the event, Randy was second to last, and they did Diesel last or Kevin Nash.
Yep. Last, yeah.
So yeah, they'll never, I feel like, have a guy who has passed on headline unless it's like Hunter or someone like that.
Yeah, I agree.
But Hunter, he's
It would
already,
be
what I
nice.
mean. But he's already in. But like, you know what I mean, like someone of
Yeah,
that importance.
yeah. I, and Bray's still not in the hall, right?
Hmm.
So he could be added to this list this year, but I don't know.
Possible.
They haven't really announced a lot of people
Well, we
yet,
don't
right?
even,
Either.
and well, it's gonna be interesting to see like next year because it's in Saudi. So like,
Oh
who's
yeah.
gonna be going in that one? Like, who's gonna even want to go in that one? I'm sure people will, but it's just gonna be interesting to see who's gonna go in and how they handle it being in a whole nother country.
It's just gonna be odd because SmackDown will be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon
Same
on
for
a
Mania.
Friday,
It'll be like around that
and
time too.
then you can't watch SmackDown until 8 o'clock unless you got the VPN, and then the Hall will be on, and you have to watch it afterwards.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna be
don't like
odd.
the format of the hall. So like when I didn't even like it after SmackDown. And so now last year how they did it a whole hour after SmackDown at that whole other
That was
venue.
so
I
dumb.
like
Yeah.
they just need to get a day for it. Like I understand they worked with TNA. I don't know if they didn't do it on Thursday last year because they didn't want to step on their toes. I really don't know. But do it Thursday. Does not have to be, because what else do they do that would interfere with that on a Thursday? I don't think anything.
Nothing. I mean, they're gonna have Raw and SmackDown in the same area. NXT will be probably live from wherever they're at for SmackDown. Stand and delivers same day as night one of WrestleMania.
Which also sucks.
So
As someone who went to Stand and Deliver early and then to WrestleMania after, while it was a fun day and I wouldn't change that, I would say that it was rough afterwards because WrestleMania 39, I went to SmackDown. And then before that, the night
mhm,
before, Thursday, we went to Wale Mania, which is now no longer a thing, anyways. We went to Wale Mania Thursday night and like the W Superstore. And then Friday, we went back to Superstore and then SmackDown. And we were at Wally Mania until like almost like 1:30 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Like we went late, right? We were there like the whole time. And then, of course, Saturday we had to wake up early because that was in LA. So Stand and Deliver, I think the doors opened at like 8:45 a.m. or something in LA.
oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was early. So, and then we went to Mania Night 1 and then went to Mania Night 2 on Sunday. And then we were gonna go to Raw, but my homie Alex, unfortunately, on Saturday he had started to feel sick. Sunday it really hit him after night 2. It was weird. It was more of a stomach bug. He didn't have like a cold, flu. It was just like he just had a stomach bug. It was weird. But yeah, so Monday it was really all hitting him, and so we didn't go to Raw. I could have probably went to Raw because I wanted to, but I was like, dude, I'm so tired. I was exhausted after all that.
I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it at all.
Yeah, so I didn't. We had tickets. We didn't even try to sell them. We just didn't go. We were planning on going, but he woke up Monday and he was feeling like shit. He said I can't make it. And I was like, that's fine by me, bro. Like, I'm pretty exhausted.
Took
And
the
plus,
day
that
and you
that
just
Raw in
rest.
LA ended up being ass anyways. So, but yeah, so I would love if they were to like you have a whole week build up. Just do like okay, obviously Raw NXT. Wednesday, I know you got your Evolve and shit, but that's on Tubi. Why not do Hall of Fame or Stand and Deliver on one of those nights? Like maybe do Hall of Fame Wednesday, Stand and Deliver Thursday, Friday
Mhm.
SmackDown, Saturday Night 1, Sunday Night 2. I don't know why they're so afraid to try to change that up. Like I get it, it's weekdays, maybe not as many eyes would be watching, but also are as many eyes watching that fucking late for the Hall of Fame like they did last year?
Not this year. Probably
So,
not.
and I'm sure they're gonna do the same thing this year because they also had all those fucking things in Vegas where they're like the nightclub things, like people could go to a nightclub and then like wrestlers would show up to it. They had all those on like all the like last nights, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday or some shit.
Yeah.
So I'm and then they also had that fucking roast and they did all kinds of shit last year. So I'm assuming those came into why they didn't move Stand and Deliver. They're like, oh, well, we don't want people to not go to these shows on those nights or this event, you know. I get it. That's a cool idea, but I feel like you should focus more on your main shit you've been doing forever and just work those around it, or just move them different nights. That's the best solution.
I would like a change in that aspect. Maybe they'll do it, but I doubt it. They got too much. I guess they want to get done, but they don't plan it out.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, so AJ going to the Hall of Fame, it was a great moment. And it was cool to see his family there. He did his whole speech where he thanked his wife, for allowing him basically to miss everything, to be a pro wrestler, to give him the life they have, and that was cool. Just to see his family there, and then of course there's videos that coming out afterwards of all the wrestlers came ringside and they picked him up on his shoulders and thanked him, and everyone celebrated with him, which is cool. So really cool moment for AJ.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that live, just a little bit of it. Of
Yeah,
course, they got time restraints, I guess, with Netflix as well.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but I would have liked to at least seen Abyss get in the ring because we did see like some of the footage. He was in there. Kazarian was in there. There was someone else in there that's no longer with the company. He was there.
Good
He
brothers were
used to be
there.
like the Good Brothers were there. He was the 24/7 champion back and forth. No, something Drake was his last
Oh
name.
no, he works with WWE. He's been a producer since
Does
forever.
really?
Yeah,
That I didn't know.
he's been a backstage producer since he got released. He got released as a talent, and like a week later, they're like, "You want to be a backstage producer?" He's like, "Oh."
Oh, okay. Well, that was good then.
So
I
he's
didn't know
been doing
that,
that
but
since
yeah.
then.
But I wish we could have seen that moment, at least with this TNA family.
Yeah, there's a photo that's going around of all of them and Abyss in character, like with AJ. But yeah, that would have been cool. I'm sure that'll be
Yeah.
on Unreal season 4 or whatever.
Oh
But
God, I can't wait.
I like Unreal, but I'm sure that's what they're saving it for. Um, but yeah, so it was cool to see that, and it was cool. So AJ finally took off his gloves and he gave his explanation why. He said a lot of people talked about that. He said because he wanted to do it back home in Atlanta,
Yep.
so that's where he did. Well, he's from Georgia, so he did it
Mhm.
in Georgia, back home in Atlanta. So he must have knew that they were already planning that before it was announced. So yeah, so that's why he
Yep.
didn't take off the gloves in Saudi. And I was like, don't blame him.
No, I do not either. It makes a lot of sense on why he picked him up and left him there. So it was a good moment. It really was.
Yeah, so can't wait to see him in Will Ospreay at All In 2027. I'm just kidding.
There are people that wanted him to go to AEW. I would
Bro,
not be mad if I seen him
Sarah,
there,
my
but
fiance, tweeted earlier today. Let me read this to you. So, and I just replied jokingly, but she tweeted, um, so for all of you who were so sure, what happened to AJ not being completely retired and heading to AEW? So I replied, or hold on, that's the reply to the weirdo. I said he heads to AEW, and then someone, I don't know if the reply's still there because I think they deleted it. Let me see, but it was a hilarious reply that cracked me the hell up. Oh yeah, I don't see it anymore. They must have deleted it, or they blocked me. One of the two. Hey, Shiloh Hill followed me on Twitter. He follows me on IG and Twitter
Oh
now.
yeah.
Anyway, someone replied something stupid like, I think I actually saw. Oh, they did delete it because it's not there, or they blocked me. But they're like, these AEW fans, blah, 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 blah. They like went off on me, and I was like, I'm just fucking
Oh
with
my
my
god.
fiance, you fucking nitwit. But yes,
Yeah.
AJ Styles 2027 versus Will Ospreay, AEW, all in. Let's go.
Hey, as long as it's here in the United States, by God, that's all that matters.
No, do it in Australia, and then I'll have an excuse. Well, I already have an excuse to go to Australia, but then I'll have even more of an excuse to go to Australia.
I mean, that just gives me a reason to travel, so I'll do it for that.
It's expensive. I
Yeah,
know just because Sarah,
I
how
know it.
expensive it is. Um, Round trip's just like usually a couple thousand just to get here.
Good lord.
Yeah, it's crazy. Plus, it's a long ass flight. She's flew in through Canada, but here to Colorado and through LA. Usually it's LA.
LA would seem faster, wouldn't it?
It depends. There's always a layover. It just depends. But like you kind of don't want a quick layover because you have to, especially through the big airports, you have to get through them. Like she's missed flights because it's like LAX is just so crazy big and busy that.
Hmm.
And then she's had like short layovers, so she's like, I would rather have like 2, 3 hour layovers, 4 hour layovers, just because it gives her time
Yeah,
to get all her
good
shit.
time to get.
And a lot of times her bags just go straight through every plane, but it's like still she has to get through the whole airport, and then when she gets in the US, she has to come through customs and everything, and get checked in. It's a hassle. So it's like, yeah, she's missed flights before because of it. So
Makes
yeah,
sense.
but let's go. AJ Styles will Ospreay. I want to see it. But overall, what was your thoughts on Raw? Because I've been seeing a lot of mixed reactions on Twitter.
I felt like this was probably a better Raw that we've had in a couple weeks.
I'm seeing a
I feel like it was
lot
kind
of
of
negative
rushed though.
feedback on this Raw.
I mean, I don't see where the negative. I mean, I could see where some negative would be, but I don't know why. I felt like I came into this one knowing that with AJ being the main event, that they were not gonna try to have things drawn out and be long. Like I felt like every promo was short and sweet and didn't have anything extra.
So one person I'm seeing saying says, catching up on Raw, this is on Twitter. I gotta say the whole first hour of the show was pretty terrible. Every segment hardly got reactions from that crowd. They were so bad. Um, yeah, I've seen a lot of complaints on the crowd, and the matches weren't a lot of wrestling, but I don't know. I didn't think it was the worst Raw ever.
No, I will say now when it comes to the wrestling part, I can understand why people are mad because we went from opening promo to a secondary promo to a qualifier match to a tribute to a race car to a I'm gonna fight this person to a Javon Evans and then a match. I think that was the order of everything went.
I feel like
So
that's a
I can
normal
understand
Raw
why people
though.
are mad.
I think it's just because
That
I
is
think the
like
problem was the men's triple threat didn't hit because we lost Bronson, and we could just the crowd was
yes.
depleted from that. And you could just tell. And then Jay reaction to winning was also, you could tell he wasn't like overly like, yeah, let's go somebody, like it eventually happened. He was just like it's like, you could tell it wasn't supposed to happen. So I could see that people deflated. I thought the live segment was interesting. The crowd reacted interesting. She was like telling Stephanie she understood what she was saying, where she was coming from, and the crowd was booing her like being a babyface in that moment, which was interesting.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't like it either. That's totally opposite of Liv. And it's like at the end of the day, thought she was gonna be like, but the reason I got here so fast is because they saw the talent in me, and you needed to wear high and own your craft, and I was already ready. Blah 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 blah. So I was waiting for that, and it didn't come. But she just struck her, had to beat her down, and Jade was like, "All right, I'm out. You picked your person." So
Yep.
obviously, that makes me think it's gonna be Rhea. Who do you think is gonna win now? It's that we know it's Jade for sure. That's gonna face the Chamber winner.
Raquel.
Raquel versus Jade. Interesting. I didn't think of that just because I didn't really think that she was gonna win it.
I would if it because I feel like they have been teasing Charlotte, and then Charlotte didn't get in. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So we have the opportunity to throw a curveball with Kiana, but I don't have Kiana winning. I have Raquel winning and trying to get the title because technically Liv cost her Stephanie's title. So I think that's kind of how that kind of works out. I don't know if she'll win against Jade. It'll be a good match, but I do have
I
Raquel
don't
and
like it
Jade.
just because you're going into WrestleMania, your biggest event of the year, 2 nights. You have all this room for these matches, and your match for Jade's gonna be Raquel. And I'm not saying Raquel doesn't deserve it or hasn't earned it. I'm just like, and I'm fine with the curveball. It just you have Rhea and Jade right there, and that's I think out of everyone in that match, the biggest match. And I feel like that's the point of Mania, right?
It is. It happens if Rhea and Io drop the titles of Nia and last Friday.
I think they do.
That's how I think you. If they drop them, you can start building Jade and Rhea extremely fast, and it will be probably it has potential to be match of the night, wherever it falls, or not runner up.
So I got Rhea. It has to be Rhea. That's the only thing that makes sense. Uh, what else
Now
did we get on here? Oh, go
with
ahead. Sorry.
with Bronson being hurt, because I feel like that was kind of the angle they were going to spin at it. Where do you think they go with Damien? Not Damien, with Drew.
Oh, it's very obvious where they've been going with Drew. It's going to be a triple threat: Cody, Jacob, and Drew.
I just I don't want Cody in the main event, but
What else would they do with him? Roman's going to be tied up with Punk. Drew's champion. Obviously, he attacked Jacob, but that's the whole reason he's been going after Cody too. It's so obvious as day. He helped.
I know. But
He got Cody eliminated from Rumble. It's obvious. That's where they're going.
I would like to see someone different, but I know,
Yeah, they're going to triple threat that one.
which would leave LA Knight, Javon, Trick, and Randy to do something else,
Yeah, that roster's so
and
deep.
Jay. But Jay's got the tag titles.
Yeah, Jay will be in the tag title scene. He's not even supposed to be in this. He's in it because of the.
No,
That's who they weren't like, no, let's put in, let's not put in fucking fuck, who was it? It was Javon and not
original
Javon.
El Grande.
Yeah. And I mean, I would rather have Jay over him any day, but yeah. So that
We're
was
gonna get
deflating. Just having him get injured. There's weird reactions to Liv. The Maxine Natty match was just Natty murdering Maxine. I'm not even liking what they're doing with Natty right now. Like, I like that they got her looking dominant, but I hate the fact that like she still got no reaction.
nothing.
Like there was a
No.
reaction, but it was like really barely anything compared to what we usually hear.
Hmm. Like when
So
she would use the original entrance, it would got a lot more. But I feel like now she's getting hardly anything.
well,
One
even with her
reaction.
old entrance theme, like it still starts with the so like to signify so we know it's her, and then it goes into the like, and it's funny too because her theme's supposedly a take on like Killing in the Name of Rage Against the Machine, or it's like inspired by it, and you could hear
Hmm.
it, but it's just all I think of is like, damn, they WCW'd this bitch. Like they used to use themes like that all the time. Like DDP used to have Nirvana essentially. It was the self high five, but it was like a weird version of
Sure,
that. Yeah, that's what they did with this. I feel like.
it is. Now that you mention it, I didn't look at it that way, but yes.
It's not bad though. I still like it. It's just funny to me. But yeah, this whole segment missed, and the crowd barely reacted to it.
Yeah, I mean Maxine sold the hell out of that spot. Give her credit for that.
Oh yeah,
But
she was picking her up by her head, and I thought she was literally KO'd.
yeah, like I even was like, okay, like maybe she is knocked out, but I don't know. Maybe hopefully they can figure out a way to throw Natty in the Intercontinental after AJ wins it at Chamber. Who knows?
I think that goes into a. I think that continues at Mania.
You don't think they'll be done with that feud?
No, I think AJ wins at Mania, setting up or wins at Chamber, setting up a rematch for Mania. It's like a step.
That would work.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what they need to do with Natty. They need to get her over somehow, or she needs to get over somehow. We saw backstage Dom and them. He revealed that he's gonna face Penta finally next week since Penta beat the other El Grande. That'll be happening next week. He was asking Finn and them for help, but Finn's pretty focused on his match with Punk. And JD's gonna. I don't remember what JD said, but he made it sound like he wasn't gonna help essentially or be there. So Dom may be losing his title next week, and I'm gonna cry.
There's a possibility that he will not be double champ no more. But
Well, and then he has a
I think
stipulation in AAA with Vikingo for if he loses the title and to him, then he's done in AAA. His AAA career is over.
yep, he's not allowed back in Mexico. I think is what it was, something like that.
Yeah, so AAA's career would be over. He can't go for it anymore, and that's
Yeah.
like,
I don't think Vikingo's gonna win.
he better not, or else I'll pee in his mouth. Oh, you know what? Just kidding. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo. Anyways, we also saw the box, the crate backstage again, and again he was just like, "Send it to Chicago. We'll open it together at Chamber." What the fuck is in this crate?
Oh, dude, I've got so many great ideas. It's gonna be the Dude Wops logo. It's gonna be a huge mascot.
Oh my
A
god. Okay,
Triple
so
H
here's my
gonna just
theory.
bust
It's a
out.
dehydrated, near death Chris Jericho because obviously he's had no food, water. There's piles of shit behind him, and he's just gonna be like, "Hey guys," and then he's just gonna Family Guy and pass out Peter Griffin style.
As much as I would like that, yeah,
No, you wouldn't.
'cause
That's the
that was-
point.
I really don't know. Like the I've seen some crazy stuff. Like an extra pod is going to be added to the chamber, and they're going to unveil it that way, or it's going to be a statue, a memorial from somebody. I
Nice.
don't know. I have no idea. I really wanted it to be Jericho.
I really don't think it will be.
Um,
My biggest guess,
no,
my best guess is it's gonna be. It has like I feel like the hype will be taken away if it's not a person. Like if
could
it's
it be
like
someone debuting?
yeah, like it has to be. Even if it's not someone debuting, like obviously we've already seen Royce Keys. Speaking of where the fuck is he? Why isn't he wrestling yet? Um,
Uh, a lot of people thought it was because of his age. That's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard.
yeah. Anyways, well, hilarious it would be if it was a human in that box because it'd be like, man, they've been in there for 2 weeks. Um,
That's why I haven't seen the back of it. They're able to feed him through the back of the crate.
yeah, when Johnny was laying on it, he was just dropping loads of food and water.
Yeah, air packages
I really
behind
don't
it.
know, man. Like a person makes the most sense to me, and Jericho obviously is the number one pick, but I don't know who else to say if it's not him. But it'd just be hysterical in the sense of like theory, like how does someone survive in that for 2 weeks?
Has has there been anyone from any other promotion like say they were going to WWE at all in the last month? Like I know, wasn't there someone from New Japan?
Now this I feel like I'm reaching when I think about this, but I'm gonna say the only thing we haven't seen Anna Jay in a while. I know she's still listed on the roster website, and that's always really accurate with people. But say it's Anna Jay. Her old gimmick before Dark Order was star of the show, like ta-da with the
Yeah.
top hat. Open the crate, ta-da! Oh. That's a reach, but I really don't know, man. It's gonna be
I don't
something
either.
stupid. I think. I think you're right. I think it's gonna be something sponsor related, like a fucking pop star, Bad Bunny, to set up a match with Logan Paul or some bullshit.
Well, we've seen Offset on Monday.
Yeah, and
So
he
was there
helped
any like
too.
beef between
Helped
him
Javon
and
win.
another? Yeah. So Bad Bunny could hop out that damn thing.
Is it gonna be
Who
Brock Lesnar's
knows?
opponent?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm glad he's doing an open challenge and not in the Elimination Chamber challenging for a title.
Yeah, so yeah, him and Paul announced on Monday that's an open challenge. Who do you think it's gonna be?
I want it to be Royce or Oba, and I want Brock to get absolutely beat down and put over whoever the fuck
Oba
it
makes
is.
the most sense just because he eliminated Oba in the Rumble.
Yes. Or, even though that would be great to see, uh, I wouldn't mind it being Gunther and him just,
Yeah,
chopping him
that's
to
my
death.
second pick. Just retire him.
Right there
Let the
in
career killer.
Vegas, by God.
Yeah, but that'll be the next thing right there,
I'm putting all
and
the
then
chips
SummerSlam he could
in the
retire
retirement
Rey
fund.
Mysterio, and then
And
Randy
then
Orton at
at
next
next
year's
year's
Rumble.
Rumble and WrestleMania, they'll just CM Punk.
Yep, next year's
And
Mania will be
let's go down.
Punk, and then Finn, and then Damian. All the guys over 40 will just slowly roll out.
And he'll somehow get a match with Michael Cole.
Maggle. Then John Cena returns to get redemption for everyone he retired, and they all become unretired. Just kidding. WWE folks. But yeah, no, Oba makes the most sense, and then I would like Gunther. So those two for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta do something with Royce at this point. Like, I don't know what kind of slowed him down. I felt like he got a good reaction at the Rumble. I feel like it would have been bigger if it would have been, at a different spot in the Rumble, and he would have had a little more time in there. Um, but now they've just like they've not even done like promos with him. Give us the
Well, they've done that Stephanie podcast.
vignettes you've done with Oba. Yeah, but I mean, how many have you watched one of the Stephanie podcasts?
No, all I've seen is what they show on Raw because they keep showing it, and it's just like him talking about different things in his life.
Yeah. So like a lot of people know who he is, so it's not like he's gonna lose any momentum. We know him all as Powerhouse Hobbs. If you don't know him as Powerhouse Hobbs, I don't know what to tell you, but you know, he needs to be on TV.
Yes.
I feel like we have a big opportunity with him wherever he ends up, even if he go to NXT for 6 months. There's enough people down there where he can, you know, show his ability to get that push. Which I mean, I
Yeah,
don't think he
100%.
needs to go there.
No, he doesn't need to at all. At 40, whatever, no, he's good. Speaking of Oba, though, on Raw, we saw him again in Adam Pearce's office, and he still hasn't decided where he's signing. They're drawing this one out a bit, so I'm wondering if they're just going to keep him a free agent until after Mania.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen him in a squash match with Kit, right?
He's beat
And
Kid
then that
twice
was
now,
actually done
yeah.
pretty good. Yeah. I liked the second time because he made Kit continue to read out of his book. That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
last Friday.
But he hasn't had a match on Raw since he squashed the War Raiders, right? Is that what
Yeah,
they go by now?
War
Yeah.
Raiders. And it wasn't even a match. He
So,
just came out and beat them
and
down.
now because it's supposed to be a tag team match, and it ended up a handicap match, and
It wasn't even a match. He just
somehow
came out and beat them
the
down.
War
That's all he
Raiders were the
did.
ones that didn't have the advantage.
Yeah, it wasn't even a
Yeah.
match. He just came out and
And
everyone's like,
then,
this isn't supposed to happen. And then he beat their ass.
and now they're teasing Rusev, which will be like, in my opinion,
Yeah,
his
so
first
Rusev
main
came up.
roster.
We saw him last
Right.
Monday and then again tonight or yesterday. I I hate to say this as much as I used to love Rusev Day, which ironically he was wearing a button up and underneath was the Rusev Day shirt, but he had it buttoned up so you could only see the top of
It
it.
was.
But I wonder if that's a teaser or foreshadowing for anything. But yeah, so I really don't care for Rusev right now. Like he's not really doing anything like notable or like making me want to go. I really can't wait to see Rusev.
Yeah, I listened to the Chris Van Vliet thing he done, and he's like, he is like from what I understand, he is okay with them just like, waiting till there's something that's going to happen that he needs, and then running with it. So I think that's why they're trying to build him an Oba right now.
Well, I don't think they're really building Rusev to anything. I mean, besides to
Not
lose
right
to
now,
Oba, and then
but
after that, what's he gonna do? Keep losing? That's what it feels like he's there for. Same with Cardona. Cardona already
he'll
feels
get
like he's
another
stuck in that
Donnybrook.
spot where he's like not really doing much, and he's just getting his ass beat, and he's just there to like fill a spot.
And they oddly put him with Apollo, who I forgot was even there. I
And
forgot he got injured.
Yeah, he was out for a while.
Yeah, that was crazy. But Glad he's back.
So Javon faced Kofi, and that was a pretty solid match. We saw him win, even though both New Day members, I guess Grayson could call New Day member, it's just weird. But they both tried to get involved, and Javon still pulled out the victory and beat a former WWE champion, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, Javon. He is showing why at 21 he's on the main roster, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He continues to have great matches,
he hit one of
and I like.
the cutter he hit on Kofi was sick. Like the way, like it was, first off, it was
Oh
like
my
halfway, if
god!
not more than halfway across the ring, and then the way they fell just made it look more authentic. Like they didn't even fall like normally the cutter style. He like fully like went over him. It was crazy the way he had to turn.
Yeah, because he hit the springboard or the top rope OG cutter facing where timekeeper would be, and landed facing the crowd on the other side. So a complete 180
Yeah,
where he started.
yeah. Javon's crazy, man, and he also hit a really far dive on the outside too, which was crazy. But yeah, Javon is
Jesus,
gonna
yeah.
probably be mid card champion at some point this year.
WrestleMania maybe.
Maybe, but I think if Penta beats Dom next Monday, I don't think he loses it that quick. But I could be wrong. It'll only be like a month and a half, not even.
Yeah. Then we get the Lucha Bros, right?
Oh my god, please! I don't know. Phoenix ain't really doing anything, anyways.
What you could do is you could have a open tag team challenge at WrestleMania, and then the special guest tag team would be the Lucha Bros.
That'd be perfect. But that means they won't do it.
I know,
um.
unfortunately.
Also, what do you think about CM Punk facing Roman, like that being announced, but then them announcing the Finn match like a few weeks later for Chamber? So obviously we know if Finn wins, it'll be in theory him versus Roman. But they're not gonna squander the biggest match they have in Punk Roman for that. Nor do I think they should make it a triple threat. I just feel like this is another match Finn's gonna lose.
Unfortunately, I think you're right. Um, I think Finn's gonna lose it, or if they somehow, I feel as if they're gonna add this to a triple threat. Unfortunately, to try to build up the aspects of this year's WrestleMania. And I don't know if they try to bring back the demon in the aspect somehow.
I don't think
I
so.
hope not. Um, but I don't think it's very like I understand Punk wants to be a fighting champion. I get that, but I don't see why they give Punk this match at all. Like I
Like I'm sure it'll
liked
be
the match. I liked it
fine.
when it was done. I
Yeah.
just I'm not a fan of the because like I hate to say it, but like the injuries are like almost back to back. And I don't think
Well,
that'll
that too.
happen, but
Yeah.
God Almighty, could you imagine if it does?
Well, and that's kind of the whole story of the match too. Is like they're putting the WrestleMania main event in jeopardy, and Punk got all mad at that. Pierce would say that. But it's just like, dude, like, yeah, this will be a fun match. I guarantee this will be a very fun match. But I just don't think they need to be. This was just the wrong time to do this one. I feel
Yep, they
because
could have
Finn's
done this.
lost so
Like,
many world
I
title matches,
mean,
and if they are gonna go with Finn, then what is Punk just gonna win it back the next fucking week? Because like, no way you're gonna do a triple threat again with Punk in the main event of Mania.
you wouldn't think so. I wouldn't book it that way,
I
but
wouldn't either.
who
I
would?
wouldn't. I mean, it's sure that'll be a fun match. Punk Roman and Seth last year was like one of the best matches of the whole weekend. So I mean, sure, I'm
Yeah,
not saying it won't be bad. I'm just like, fuck. Are we just gonna keep getting that for the rest of the time? So much talent. We have to always do multi-man matches now for our biggest matches.
I would hope not, but unfortunately, I can see that as a possibility. Just so you have enough people getting time on the card.
Yeah. So Punk had a
But then,
promo. I mean, he just talked about his matches. Talked about Roman not being there, but Roman will be there next Monday. Which is obviously after Chamber, which means Punk is probably retaining, and then they're gonna have another fight face to face. So
hmm yeah, I mean, they didn't hinted at it, so
So Io, Kaidi, and Raquel. We already said that Raquel won, but that was probably the match of the night. That triple threat.
yeah. I really thought Kyrie had it. I thought they were gonna give us Kyrie in the match.
I didn't think so. Like during the match, they made it believable, but I just didn't think so, just because Asuka was already in it, and I didn't think they would do the whole Asuka Kairi thing in there.
But that's what you could have had Kyrie turn, because we've seen kind of glimpses
Do it at
of a
Mania.
possible turn. Yeah, you could. That's where you would set it up. That's where you could at least start setting it up. But
I would pull the trigger at Mania when she fully turns on Asuka.
like a week or two before, and then give them a match.
No, I would pull the trigger of Kairi turning on Asuka at Mania. That's when she would turn on
Oh,
her.
so Oscar be in a match. Okay, gotcha. Or a
I
tag
mean,
match,
whatever
something
it
like that.
is,
Yeah,
something. I don't know what, but that's when I would pull it for sure.
that works.
That's when you have your biggest show of the year. Make it feel like a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall good match. Raquel getting the win. I really thought Io was gonna win this.
I'm glad Raquel did. Honestly, for me, I think she's deserved it for a very long time. Even when she came up from NXT, I figured like she would have a title by now. Other than the women's tags. So I'm hoping this is them finally doing that.
Yeah, definitely. It could be. I mean, she's had a few title matches now, but yeah, this could be. We'll see. And then it was after that was when they informed us on commentary that Bronson Reed actually tore his bicep. So yeah, he's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah, I hate that. And it was on the dive, which the dive didn't look like it connected funny or anything, but it's easy to tear stuff. I mean, it's just easily done, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Vision, are they cursed? I mean, they did the whole fake injury at Seth, the cash in on Punk, and then he ended up hurting his shoulder or whatever. And then now Braun Breaker hernia a few weeks back, and he had to have surgery. Now Bronson Reed tore biceps. So the main people of the Vision all injured. Obviously, Seth's no longer part of it, but still. And they wrote
Yes,
him
they
off
are
because he
cursed,
got
but it's not
injured.
just any curse. It's not any curse. It's an odd curse, and you're probably gonna laugh, but it's gonna be a Danhausen curse. By God,
So that's who's in the crate.
that would be
Bro,
the oddest
that would
situation.
be.
But yeah,
I wouldn't hate it, but it'd be so weird. I saw people speculating Danhausen in the crate just because they trademarked that one name that was like the 3D name. I don't even remember what the fuck it was. It was like had like 3Ds
I
in
can't
it.
remember.
Yeah, but it's just some NXT talent because he changed his handle or evolved talent or whatever to it. But yeah, so I really don't know who's in that crate, and I don't think we're gonna see Danhausen at least anytime soon in WWE. At least in the next month, maybe later
But
this year. But
it's because if I remember correctly, he didn't he debut on AEW by just being pulled out from under the ring on a damn table.
something like that, yeah.
And so the crate, I mean, that would make
But
sense.
that
But
all that for
now with all the vision
Danhausen,
being
and that
gone,
would make sense because then he's the superpower, blah 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 blah. That would make sense. You could make it make sense. That is, but I just don't think that's what they're doing here. I really don't know what they're doing here.
I don't. I think this is the first time they kind of got us like really trying to figure something out that we're not going to be able to get until they're out there with
One
a
dirt sheet will
drill and
drop something
unscrewing the
about it
box.
Friday or Saturday. Watch.
Probably there'll be some type of hint.
It'll be like, we just got word that blah 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 is a free agent and their contract expired 3 weeks ago. There's a
Did
giant
it?
gold egg in the crate.
Well, I mean, like,
Vince McMahon. It's Vince.
oh God,
It's the immortal Hulk Hogan because he's immortal, brother.
they got another statue for him. By
Oh
God,
God, I actually wouldn't be surprised. Now, because the way that they're handling it on the GMs, it makes you think it's going to be something that's a hassle. Kraken froze with that smirk on his face. Look at him. Let's see if he comes back. But yeah, chat. Oh, yeah, he's on his phone.
Hodge.
Right at the
Completely.
end.
The computer completely froze.
You were just smiling. It looks so funny. I was laughing. But I guess if that's a sign that we should end, because we were basically done anyways, just kind of yapping at that point. But yeah, overall, I don't know. Raw wasn't terrible for me. I give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Maybe a 3.
Yeah, I'd say.
NXT was good though. I gave that a 4 out of 5 tonight. I really like the feel of like it's just new people coming in. We're starting to branch out, learn new characters. I like that. That's what always made NXT interesting back in the day. On top of
It was, and all the evolved stuff they're doing, like bringing all them up very quickly, I think it's helping.
Yeah, definitely. I've been enjoying that. And I don't even watch the Evolve stuff because obviously Dynamite, and I could watch it, but there's just I like other stuff besides watching wrestling 24/7. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
Nice.
if you guys want to check us out, Crack and tell them where they can watch you outside the podcast.
Outside the podcast, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and X is the Kraken Wrestling.
And you guys can follow me all the same places: Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm all over the place. You can join my Discord. All the links will be in the description as always. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around with us if you're here watching after the long break because of all the personal stuff I was dealing with. So thank you all, and we'll catch you guys on Friday night and then Saturday again for Chamber reviews. So we have 2 more podcasts.